Hello everybody, and happy Halloween. So, as you can see, starting off, we finished the sign. This will be a daylight tour of the haunted house before it opens. I'm filming this at like 4 p.m. No joke, we open in like an hour, so I'm going to kind of move quickly here. But we have the pumpkins, and then we have that guy, which I can actually turn on here. And then those are the hours. Backyard haunted house. Halloween night, 5 to 10 p.m. We did end up getting that done. So, that's fun. I didn't actually think we would be able to get that done this year at least. But we did. So, he's there kind of advertising the haunted house. Then we have this guy, Lucky Bottoms, who's just going on. With the inflatables, who we did manage to get off. This may actually be their last year. Because this pumpkin, at least the pumpkin, I don't know about Jack, but at least the pumpkin, because his fan is kind of getting old, so. This may be the pumpkin's last year, but he's here. Yeah, I saw this guy, but he's here now. And also Wacky Mole is here and on. He has the light, but that isn't on yet. Or it is on, but you can't really see it yet. You'll be able to see that better in the night walkthrough.
I'll be the first on your block to say, Wacky Mole, club me over the head.
Right, moving on from him, Mr. Toots, who I actually might have roaming around here. I'm not sure because we actually did move. I'll get to that in a minute, but we are going to give out candy over there. So, but Mr. Toots is here roaming around. Or he might be, I'm not sure. I'll have to see about that. Really all depends on, like I probably can. It really all just depends if I have time to turn them on because we're kind of running quick on time. My dad is actually, big thanks to him, he's actually still kind of working in the backyard. But we've actually moved everything from there over to here because my family thought it would be a better idea, and I actually really like this idea better. So big thanks to my family. They've helped me out a lot this year, especially when it came to the haunted house. Is they would have the candy here, and they would almost not like, they wouldn't like guide people or like make it so, I'll get to her in a second, but they wouldn't make it like you had to go through the haunted house, but they would almost make it like a, you didn't know that they were trying to get you through the haunted house, pretty much. But Grave Watcher, you can't really see her. I'll have to adjust her clothes. But she's here. You'll see our candles better at night. Then Uncle Charlie, who's here on sensor.
Want a little candy? Come on. I won't hurt you much.
So he's fun. And also this one, who I unfortunately can't demo right now, not because it's broken or anything, but I just have to turn it on. So I'll have to do that. But now we move on to the queue line for the haunted house. So now we have Man's Possessed Friend here. I don't know if I can get him on or not. Oh, and he's on sensor, so. Come on. I already know if I pause the video, he's going to go off immediately after. Why don't I just walk past it? No, what is going on here? Hello? I'll try this one more time. There it goes. So yeah, Man's Possessed Friend is here. Just switched him to sensor. And now we actually have this, which I can turn on. Michelle Boomery, who once again isn't on. We just haven't plugged her in yet because she is on continuous and she's super loud. Now moving on through the kitchen section. None of these lights are on yet, but they will be on for the haunted house. We also just did a bunch of stuff. So we actually used some real kitchen stuff. And then we have a skeleton with a brain, which I'll have to prop up here. See, only one of his eyes unfortunately works. The other one It's fixable, but we can't really do anything about it tonight, and this light keeps going out. I think it's supposed to do that, though. Then we have this rat, who's here, and then these. And then the butler, who, once again, unfortunately can't turn on. I just don't really have time. I'll just switch them on real quick before we open. And I'm not even sure if we're going to move the tree. It's just we're running out of time now. We're down to like the home stretch before the haunted house opens. And that tree would probably take like 20 minutes if I had to guess to move and tie. And then we would also need to plug in the strobe light. So we're probably not even going to move the tree. But people might just see little branches sticking up there, which will still be creepy. And then before I move on, we actually moved this pig head onto the platter, just to make it look like a big head on a platter. Now we move on to Grimm's section. Now I can actually probably... Actually, I need to do a few tests with him before we open. I just need to make sure he won't knock down the glasses, which we have here. For those of you wondering, this is just water and food coloring. So if you're looking for a way, in future years at least, or if you see this on Halloween and you just want to do this real quick, to get nice effects with blood drinks, water and food coloring. And then we have this brain here. I want to make it look like it's still dripping out to make the drink. So there's Grimm. I have the lights on, but you'll be able to see that better at night. I really like that effect it had on the camera. And now we have Bloodthirsty Betty with the skeleton. I'll have to turn his head again real quick before we open. But we have the plates with the arms and stuff and the silverware around the table. How did that happen? And then Bloodthirsty Betty, who I can actually turn on. See her face? Not really. She's there. That'll look creepy. So why don't I move on to the bedroom section? So now moving on to the bedroom section, I can finally demo Sitting Scare Witch after so long. But here we have Sitting Scare Witch, who is on, I believe she's on D. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but her audio is actually super low right now. I thought I had it completely on mute, but I can hear it a little bit. I'm sure you can hear it in the camera a little bit as well, but we also had a broom here to make it look like a witch's broom. So that's pretty cool. Still had the spider webs off to kind of readjust that and also hide that. I just noticed that you can see the D receiver. I'll have to hide that. But then we have the bed, pillow, and blanket there. And then Ophelia, who I believe is actually on sensor. Yeah.
Never escape.
Finally, we can see her as well.
I will follow you to your dreams. You are powerless, and this nightmare will never
Then we have some of these drawings. I'm actually just gonna move that down there right now. Then we have these. We have the phone, which I'll move. These, I'm not sure if the skulls will be staying there. Neither of the books will probably be staying there. We're actually... Last thing before we open, last thing we're probably going to do is hang those drawings up. I mean, obviously, I still have little things to do, like just plug in everything and then turn on, like I said, the butler and Miserable Marine, everything. But that'll only take like 2 seconds. But the last kind of major thing we're probably going to do is the drawings up here. And then we have the Hauntress, which I unfortunately can't demo. Actually, we have 2 kind of things to do. We also have to change her receiver batteries. Her prop remote receiver batteries recently died. I just found that out like literally like an hour ago. So this witch here, let me see, can I demo her? Ah, no, she's a little weird. Oh. Her audio keeps cutting out for whatever reason, but we have this clown, bunch of Home Depot boxes. I know it'll look a little weird, but this is supposed to be the attic section, so kind of just had to do that as it was. And Rocking Horse Dolly, who's on continuous here, and then the short circuit bulb, which you guys will see better at night. Now coming through here, we just added this. We have the butcher section with the shed, I guess I should say, with a bunch of stuff here. This guy keeps going off. If you saw this at Scarecrow's, I was talking about that at Scarecrow's, I remember. We have that guy. And then, ooh, I love this. So, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of just doing like 10 things at once, so I didn't really like do anything with the cemetery. This was kind of my family's idea to like do all these tombstones. So I didn't really like, this is actually kind of my first reaction to seeing all this. I love this, especially this with Nightcrawler and Hugs down there. Hugs is kind of fitting since mine kind of broke this year, but I actually have a story. I'll explain this more in a video coming out this weekend, but I actually have a video planned, kind of doing a full video explaining what happened to my Hugs, because you guys have only really heard bits and pieces of the story. But here we have Evelyn Leach, who should be on. Censor. Oh, wait. This section isn't turned on yet. Hold on. Now everything should be on here. Check. Evelyn Leach on. Oh, the fog's also going. Come on, what's going on? Come on. Oh, there we go. She just takes a second, I guess. Once again, her animation did stop. If you remember last night, I talked about that. Then we have Lost Her Way with the fence around there. Lurching Zombie. I'll get a full demo of him real quick. And then, real quick, while we're waiting, we have a full tombstone. We have just a random tombstone there. But, Lurching Zombie. He isn't really lunging again, but that's fine. And then moving into here, as you can see, we have the fog machine going. But you can actually see Nightcrawler today. We have the flame light going here. This is the basement section. There's the spider up there, Spider Biter Billy, Jumping Spider, Abandoned Annie, who can actually just turn on real quick.
Please play with me. I'm so lonely. I won't be anymore now that you're here. Stay with me. And we can play for.
I just changed her batteries today, so she's really going. Alright, why don't I just quickly turn her off. Is this off? Nope, that isn't off.
I'm so.
There we go. This guy who I'll turn on for the haunted house, but he basically, I think I just heard a bunch of kids coming. I wanted to make sure I didn't have to, they weren't asking about the haunted house. But here we have this guy who will be on. I have to really start moving fast now. We're gonna open soon. This flame light, which we just added yesterday. That guy with kind of hiding the fog hose. This girl, which I'll try and get her up, but once again, might not have time. And then Nightcrawler, who I can demo. Then, people will exit and go this way and exit the haunted house. Ooh, I'm starting to see kids. This is getting exciting. So, this is about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and comment what you think of the haunted house and start giving me ideas for next year. I will reveal what next year's theme will be soon, but not just yet. So get ready for that. Also, it's Halloween all year around here, even after October 31st. So if you want that, maybe consider subscribing. Anyway, you never know what could be lurking out in the dark. So stay safe out there. That's about it. kids are starting to come. I have a feeling we're going to have a great turnout this year.
Won't scare me, too.
That's about it. Bye, guys, and happy Halloween. Ah, ha, 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 ha.